help you fall asleep or relax, whatever you are trying to accomplish today. This book is a lovely little poetry book. It is called I Wrote This For You, Just the Words. I don't know if I should be whispering or if I should be softly speaking. I really struggle with soft speaking. I just feel like my voice sounds kind of harsh, but I'm gonna try it. I might mix between the two. This is a story just for you. Let's get right into it. I hope that you don't mind the page sounds. This says, On Love, the strangest books. You've written my story backwards. You've taken my chapter out of your book. Now I'm just a prologue, a dedication for you. The first sign is taking pictures. I have to pretend to go mad in order to tell you the things I need to. I call it art, because art is the word we give to our feelings made public, and art doesn't worry about anyone. The light of future memories. You make me nostalgic for a love that hasn't even happened yet. The lipstick on the window. The words I love you become nothing but noise, but that's why we kiss. To say with our lips what we couldn't before. You love the way air moves, and now I can no longer breathe. The day tomorrow came. I know you're busy doing all the things you always planned to do, but remember, today is also the day that you kiss me. The loneliest person at. Introvert, seek someone you can't trust. Apply without. Now if you're wondering kind of what's going on, it's laid out like this. So each poem has like a title. You can't really tell. Each poem has a title and then the poem. So I'm reading the titles and then the poem. I feel like my soft-spoken kind of like figured itself out. Wait, this is fun. The seat next to you. When I sit near you, my hands suddenly become alien things and I don't know where to put them or what they usually do. Like this is the first time I've ever had hands, and maybe they go in my pockets and maybe they don't. The shipwreck in my head. Everything you do, you pay for. So if you're gonna kiss me, you'd best be prepared to bleed. The amazing something. The feeling you get when you think of something amazing, then forget it and know that it felt amazing, but you can't remember the details. Then minutes later, you remember it again, and you're so grateful because you nearly lost something amazing forever. Except this time, it's a person, not an idea. The bleach. You are your hair and your eyes and your thoughts. You are what you look at and what you feel and what you do about it. The light from the sun is still a part of the sun. My thoughts of you are as real as any part of you. The missed appointment. So yes, we could kiss. I could kiss you and you could kiss me. There's no signs, no plane ticket or clock stopping us. But if we kiss, it will end the world. And I've ended the world before. No one survived, least of all me. The shape falls at your feet. Maybe it's because you're one of those people who believes that sometimes the most reckless thing you can do with your heart is not be reckless with it. I love poetry books. I used to own a lot of them. They sound kind of cheesy, reading them out loud to somebody, but poetry really helped me a lot when I was younger and very angsty and emotional. So this is my gift to you, sharing it with you. It's not meant to be really entertaining. It's more just meant for you to relax and listen to. And, just have some background noise. The drive before dawn. I read what you leave in public spaces. The songs you reference, the quotes you quote. I know it's about me. I can feel you thinking of me. I want to tell you that I know and admit that I feel the same, but I can't, not yet. The corner of me and you. I don't know if you felt that or not, but it felt like two people kissing after hours of thinking about it. It felt like two people talking after nights of silence. It felt like two people touching after weeks of being numb. It felt like two people facing each other after months of looking away. It felt like two people in love after years of being alone. And it felt like two people meeting each other after an entire lifetime of not meeting each other. If you read the whole book, it has like sections that tell a story. Like the way that I said, On Love Found is how it starts. And then there's On Being in Love. Ooh, I marked a page. Let's see what this is. It's probably cringe. I'm sorry in advance. It's probably 13-year-old Catherine happening. The space between. You are the silence between the notes, the white space between the letters, the missing that makes everything a something, the tired advice. But love is none of these things. It won't suddenly make every day okay, and it won't change who you are. It won't make your car go faster. It doesn't even wash your dishes. All love is love, and that's all it needs to be, really. The long time coming. I never stopped loving you because I never stopped breathing. I feel like that's probably why I saved this page. I can just envision little Catherine really feeling that quote. The talk, the conversation between your fingers and someone else's skin. This is the most discussion you can ever have. The ugly, we were both so ugly inside, but we made each other beautiful. That is the only page in this whole book that I have saved. Good for little baby Catherine. What's the next chapter? The inscription. This is how I live. This is how I live. This is how I live. I mumble things under my breath 3 times while remember. This is where I live. This is where I live. This is where I live. Inside the sun, beneath the burning trees. This is how I love. This is how I love. This is how I love. Touching you in case there comes a time I can't. This is where I love. This is where I love. This is where I love. In the heart of things, on the tips of waves. This is how I die. This is how I die. This is how I die. Too fast, not long enough. This where I die. This where I die. This where I die. Here. I don't like that it was this where I die and not this is where I die. I feel like that was a misprint. I don't know. Okay, what's the next chapter? On Love Lost. That was probably one of my favorites back in the day. The last night we spent together when we both knew it was over, and you called me that name that only you had for me. The sound more than a name that you never say in front of anyone else. I'm sorry I turned away and cried and asked why you called me that. I didn't mean ever. I didn't mean I'd always hated the name. I meant that name meant so much to me. But I knew soon no one would ever call me that again, and it hurt more than I could bear. Oh God. The angst of it all. The salting of the earth. You know that there is something worse than hate, and that is unlove. Because hate is anger over something lost. Hate is passion. Hate is misguided. It's caring for the wrong things, but still caring. But unlove is to unkiss, to unremember, to unhold, to undream, to undo everything that ever was and leave smooth stone behind in its wake. No fire, no fury, just nothing, and that is worse than hate. What's the next chapter? I'm just like stopping when I see random longer ones. The scratches that made me. You buy things and you keep them clean. You take care of them. Keep them in a special pocket, away from keys and coins, away from other things that should be kept clean and taken care of as well. Then they get scratched and scratched again and again and again and again. Soon, you don't care about them anymore. You don't keep them in a special pocket. You throw them in the bag with everything else. They've surpassed their form and become nothing but function. People are like that. You meet them and keep them clean in a special pocket. And then you start to scratch them. Not on purpose. Sometimes you just drop them by accident or forget which pocket they're in. But after the first scratch, it's all downhill from there. You see past their form. They become function. their purpose. Only their essence remains. That was kind of sad. Dang. Oh, my eyelash is being crazy. The red. When hurt turns red and a piece of your heart is missing. When the cold bites deep and you've got that feeling like you just got out of surgery. When the only way to stay sane is to concentrate on anything else but how you feel. When you count the tiles in the ceiling, when you push the earphones closer, when the first day of winter arrives, when you remember every nuance, every word, every time. When all this happens, embrace it, feel every feeling, cry every tear, sob every sob, because this is what it feels like to have loved. What's the next chapter? On despair. I probably loved that one. I was very emo. On hope. What's the next one? Ooh. On living. What's the last chapter? On dying. Oh gosh. What are the last poems in here? Let's see. The last thing you said, as you lay dying, we asked if there was anything else you wanted us to include in the book before we sent it back to you. Look at every opportunity you were given to love. Be less afraid. Embrace each day. None are promised. Cry when you need to. It'll make you feel better. You were put on this planet to feel every feeling you could. Do that. Everything works out in the end. I promise. The second coming. Actually, wait. I have more I need to tell you. Just stay a little bit longer. And that's the last poem in the book, and then it goes into the epilogue. That's kind of beautiful. The beating of fists against gravestones. Do not be sad that I am gone. I didn't go. You are holding me. I am these words and these pages, and I am holding you too. This is forever, never the end. That was really pretty, I think, actually. Some of them are cheesy, but when you get into, like, the message that the book sends, like that, it's beautiful. It tells a story on all the emotions. So, that was our little story, and my first attempt at soft speaking. I don't know if I'll do it again. It was kind of stressful. I don't even know how this is gonna sound when I play it back. It might be too harsh. I don't know. I know that sometimes my S's are really strong and harsh in the microphone on ASMR. So, like that, I just whistled that. We'll see though. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it relaxed you. Don't forget to leave a comment down below, some suggestions. Share the video. Check out all my links that are down below. I love you, and I will see you next time. Bye.